Good morning. It's Sunday, May 9th, 2021. I'm Dan Ashley of ABC 7 News. Welcome to Cancer Support Community's 7th annual Hope Walk. We are so glad you can join us as we kick off Hope Walk Week. Today through Saturday, you're encouraged to get outside at a local park or find a trail in your own neighborhood to walk, run, bike, hike, swim, just move to help us raise money for Cancer Support Community San Francisco Bay Area. You know, for more than 30 years, the mission of CSC has been to ensure that all people affected by cancer are empowered by knowledge, strengthened by action, and sustained by community. The programs and services that CSC provide enable cancer patients to manage their treatment and recovery more effectively with their healthcare team, reduce their chances of recurrence, increase their chances for survival, and provide for the highest possible quality of life. And all of these services are completely free of charge. During the pandemic, all of CSC's programs and services have been and continue to be offered online. They served more than 1,800 cancer patients and family members with more than 23,000 visits last year alone. Remember, don't forget to post your videos and photos with the hashtag #WhyIHopeWalk. I look forward to seeing you out there on the trails. Have fun and thanks.
Hi there, I'm Rob Tufel, CEO of Cancer Support Community. This year, we're getting ready to do our second virtual walk, which means, as you know, you can walk from anywhere. And this year, we're not only walking for people who have cancer and their family members, we are also walking for those people we've lost this year and in other years. Thank you for joining us this year, and we look forward to a great walk.
Hello everyone, I'm Mike Thomas, Executive Vice President and Chief Transformation Officer at John Muir Health. And on behalf of John Muir Health, I want to welcome everyone here for the virtual 2021 Hope Walk. I know this is not the way we would all prefer to be getting together as we continue to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. However, this is a very creative solution and the safest way for all of us to come together right now. Thank you for supporting the Cancer Support Community and the outstanding services they provide. All of you are helping to ensure that the Cancer Support Community can continue to provide services free of charge and that they will never have to turn anyone away. Dr. Laura Crocitto and I are proud to be here to represent the partnership between John Muir Health and UCSF Health and our sponsorship of this great event. John Muir Health and UCSF Health are partnering on the development of a comprehensive cancer network right here in the East Bay, one that offers patients every resource they need. We will be building on the outstanding cancer care already delivered in our community by very skilled providers. Our partnership will allow access to the expertise of John Muir Health and UCSF Health, which will absolutely elevate the quality of cancer care in our community. Our location in Berkeley just celebrated its one-year anniversary, and construction will soon start on a state-of-the-art cancer center on our Walnut Creek Medical Center campus. We expect to have that new facility open at the beginning of 2024. The center will offer comprehensive services in a patient-centered environment. I firmly believe that, true to our vision, we will be conquering cancer close to home. But we can't do this work alone. We need important partners like the Cancer Support Community. Through our partnership, we've been able to witness firsthand the tremendous impact this organization has on our patients and their families by providing a range of support services and educational programs. We hear repeatedly how appreciative our patients are of the support they receive from the Cancer Support Community. They are true partners in our shared fight against cancer, and we appreciate all that they do. Thank you for your support of the Cancer Support Community and the virtual 2021 Hope Walk. I hope we can all be together in person next year. I would now like to introduce Dr. Laura Crocitto, Vice President and Chief Medical Officer of Cancer Services at UCSF Health, to say a few words.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Laura Crocitto, Vice President and Chief Medical Officer for Cancer Services for UCSF Health. UCSF is proud to be sponsoring the 2021 Hope Walk, again with our partner, John Muir Health. We thank you all for participating and hope to see you in person at next year's event. This past year has been one of the most difficult for many of us, and our lives have changed in countless ways. If you have experienced illness or loss of any kind, we offer our most heartfelt condolences to you and your loved ones. In difficult times, it helps to remember those whose purpose it is to serve others, regardless of circumstances. This is something John Muir Health, UCSF, and the cancer support community, San Francisco Bay Area, have in common. We share a deep commitment to people with cancer and their loved ones throughout treatment and beyond. UCSF and John Muir Health are building a world-class cancer network to improve prevention, diagnosis, and treatment for patients with cancer throughout the East Bay. The network has locations in Berkeley, Walnut Creek, and Concord. All locations offer state-of-the-art breast imaging, surgical specialties, personalized treatment plans, access to clinical trials, genetic testing and counseling, and a range of support services. I'd like to close by encouraging you to get the COVID vaccine as soon as you are able, and also to encourage your friends and loved ones to do the same. Thank you again, everyone, for participating in this year's Hope Walk.
I'm Amy Goodhart, and this is my husband, Ross. I'm happy to be the chairperson this year for the Cancer Support Community's 7th annual Hope Walk. Ross is here with me because when one person gets cancer, the whole household gets cancer. So this is our cancer story. It started in 2013. I found a lump on my breast and had a lumpectomy and 16 rounds of radiation. It all went very well, and honestly, I put it in the back of my mind and didn't really think about it other than annual mammograms. But in 2017, I did my mammogram, and they asked me to come to the next room, which is never a good thing. So they did the ultrasound, and they said they found stage 0 cancerous cells. My oncologist and my surgeon recommended that I have a double mastectomy. I had my surgery, everything went well, but afterwards they let me know that they found invasive cancer as well as the stage 0 cancer. They got it all out. There was nothing in my lymph nodes. So you can imagine my shock and surprise when I went to my follow-up appointment with my oncologist and found out some more interesting information.
Me and my son were on the golf course, and I got a text from my wife saying, I'm going to have 6 rounds of chemotherapy, I'm going to lose all my hair, and I need some wine. So I told our son Connor, we have to go home now.
That was shocking to me. I was a newbie to the whole cancer thing, and I just thought they got it all, that we're done. So I didn't shed a tear over losing my breast, but my hair, different story. I had so many questions. It all happened so fast, and the nurse practitioner at Diablo Valley suggested that I call the cancer support community and join a support class. So I came home and I wanted information. I called right away, and they put me into a general cancer support group. And there was a caregiver support group going on at the same time in the room next door. So both of us went to that.
Yeah, so she had her class and I had mine. Amy's class probably had about a dozen veteran cancer patients that were there. Mine probably had 4 or 5 caregivers. Hers had people that were dealing with stage 4 cancer and a very serious predicament, obviously. And so we got in there and we talked a lot about, in my group, in our caregiver group, about the fears that we had that we didn't want to discuss with our spouse because it's a safe space to be able to talk about things that you don't want to bring up in front of them. And there were times that it was quite challenging, but very supportive. One of the most amazing things was, as we're sitting in our room in a very quiet, somber, serious conversation, and in her room next door, just burst of laughter would come. I mean, almost every meeting it'd be there. And it was loud and it was raucous. And all of us said, they're the ones that have the cancer. So it was a much different whatever.
Yeah, yes, gallows humor is very popular in support classes. It really keeps you going. So anyway, the group, as Ross said, the group that I was with had a lot of people that had been together for a long time. They really knew each other well, and it was a little bit intimidating at first, but right away they made me feel so comfortable and so welcome, and they answered all my first-timer questions. And having cancer is like traveling to a foreign country and not knowing the language. And going to CSC was like finding a whole bunch of travel guides that helped me learn the language of cancer. So many acronyms, and so the names of the drugs and who comes up with those names, and trying to remember them all. Everybody wants to know what you're on. And the more that I got to understand, the more informative my doctor's visits were, because I would go to the doctor and I'd have a whole plethora of questions because I'd hear things at support group that I didn't understand. And so then my doctor would explain more, and so each visit got better and better, and I started to feel more in control. My father-in-law used to say, knowledge is power. And I came to CSC to become powerful, and I did. It made all the difference in the world. So now that I'm cancer-free, we're still going to CSC. Once you're a member at CSC, you're a member for life. You can keep following up. They take care of you. All the classes are free. That's what makes this fundraising so important. And Ross and I will always support CSC. We will do whatever we can for them to pay it forward to the people that are going to come after us that will need the same support. So I thank you for being part of the walk, and I look forward to seeing you on video.
Hello, I'm Walnut Creek Mayor Kevin Wilk, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this year's Cancer Support Community Hope Walk. Granted, like everything else over the past year, the format is different for 2021. For the first 5 years of the walk, we gathered at Heather Farm Park, more than 1,000 people taking part 2 years ago before the shutdown. But we know the need for the cancer support community services are greater than ever. Cancer doesn't just affect the person who receives the diagnosis, it affects the family, finances, and our emotional resources as well. Cancer Support Community opened its doors in Walnut Creek in 1990.
For 30 years, CSC has been a leader in our nonprofit community, but it is truly one of the area's best kept secrets.
Most people don't know it exists until the time when you need their resources, and they've been remarkably able to quickly adapt to a virtual support world.
In fact, CSC's Margaret Stauffer was recently named one of our Walnut Creek's first Heroes Among Us, community leaders who have gone above and beyond to make the lives of others easier during this pandemic.
The entire team at the Cancer Support Community has created a loving, safe place for healing and support for those impacted by cancer. They offer services for those living with cancer, family members, kids, and more. And all of those services are free to the community. The importance to this cannot be understated. Most likely, every one of us has known someone close to us who has had cancer.
The only way that these services can continue is for all of us to help support this very important fundraiser for CSC, the 7th Annual Community Hope Walk.
While it is my hope that next year we can gather in person again at Heather Farm, thank you for being part of this virtual walk. We are blessed to have the Cancer Support Community in Walnut Creek. It's time for all of us to do our part to support this very important organization. Thank you.
When I think back on the last 25 years for the company, the learnings are deep and somewhat profound. We've done it our way. This is a hard business, but it's a really great business to be in when you've got the right team and the right mindset to go off and really attack some of the hardest problems in biomedical research.
I think for most of us, when we start a company in the biomedical space, the objective is fairly narrow. We just want to solve a scientific problem. Hopefully the solution to that problem may lead to a drug.
From everything from access to government affairs to all touch points in the organization, the patient is at the focus.
Patients aren't only front and center in what we do, but Exelixis also works with a variety of patient advocacy organizations who work with us to create a united front in good public health policy.
As every aspect of the organization evolves, how do we have the vision to create the next wave of clinical studies that will help address those patients' needs, even as better therapies come onto the market?
Good morning. My name is Carol Lewis-Sell, and I'm the Director of Special Events at Cancer Support Community. Thank you for joining us this morning as we kick off Hope Walk Week. I'd like to take a moment to thank all the volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event possible. I'd like to do a special shout out to Amy Goodhart, who was our chair this year, who did a fantastic job leading our monthly Zoom meetings. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our sponsors. John Muir Health and UCSF Health are back this year for the third year in a row as our presenting sponsors. We can't thank you enough for your ongoing and steadfast support. I'd like to also recognize first-year sponsors who include Exact Sciences, Stanford Healthcare, Insight, and the Kosakura family. Again, thank you for making this event so successful. I'd also like to call out our longtime sponsors, the people who have been here since day one, 7 years ago. I can't believe we've been doing this for 7 years. You are the reason why our programs are available to people who are facing cancer for free. Finally, the CSC staff, who are the best people I've ever worked with in my 30-year career. Thanks for making my job so easy. Now let's get outside and walk or run or bike or swim. Do whatever you like and have a great time this week. And be sure to post your pictures at #YIHopeWalk and we'll get you in the video.
Hi everyone. I'm so glad we get to do this year. It's a little weird, but it's a little fun. And so I thought since we're at home, well, you're at home, I'm not at home, but since you're at home, I thought we could take advantage of being at home. And I thought this would be a really great thing for you to learn when you're sitting at your desk or in your car, or it just can be modified for any sort of situation you might be in. So the first thing I would like to talk about is the lymph fluid, which is part of your immune system. And so whenever we really use the extremities, both your hands and your feet, and even if you have shoes on, you can still do this with your shoes on. I'm going to take my shoes off though, because I don't need them on right now. So if you can really begin by just opening the hands and the toes and like really reaching them apart and then sort of closing them in. And just sort of get that gentle undulation going. As I talk about a lot in Moving for Life, we have the primary pump of the heart, but we have secondary pumps. And one of our secondary pumps is the pumping of the lymph fluid. It's a completely different rhythm than the heart. And it circulates around just under the skin and especially in the extremities. And if you've ever had lymphedema, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to begin to move the body in ways that really help support the lymph fluid and therefore the immune system. Okay, so sitting in your seat, first of all, make sure your seat is supportive. It's not like super squishy like a sofa, that you can really like sort of sit on the edge of the seat, and so you're right on your sit bones. The first thing we're going to do is just take a big inhale and really think of inhaling into all the extremities of your body. And then as you exhale, you're just going to let yourself deflate like a balloon, slow motion deflating, and you're just going to get small in whatever way works for you. You could get small this way, you could just get small this way, but you're squeezing your upper body and lower body together. And then again, we inhale. We're just going to find this gentle opening and closing, and what dictates your opening and closing is your breath. Okay, so we're opening on the inhale. Now, you might not be able to do this in your car, but you could do the upper body in your car. Okay, so let's just try the upper body. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Give yourself a tight squeeze, and then inhale again. And really reach through the fingers. None of this, like really reach. And then exhale. And now try it on your lower body. And you can support yourself on your seat as you, well, this might work better with socks on. And then you're getting your core muscles. My feet were a little bit slipperier. I could slide them out, really reaching through my toes and then drawing them in. Okay, so now let's work with the upper and lower body. And now we're just going to work the right side. Really extend, expand, reach, stretch through your right side. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Left side. See if you can separate all your toes apart and then exhale. And now try inhaling right arm, left leg apart. Find that big stretch and exhale. Maybe give that leg a little hug. And then left arm and right leg. Getting all those different body connections. And now when we go back to the whole body, maybe you can rock yourself back onto your chair and hug one leg in, or maybe both legs in. Or if that doesn't work for you, don't fall off your chair, you can hug your body this way as well. Okay, so we're moving those fluids. It's so important to get the fluids moving. And now exhale, just hug your upper body together. Give it a big squeeze. And then inhale. As you exhale, drop the shoulders and let the hands go. And then we can try standing up on this one. Big inhale. Now each time you go to give yourself a hug, you're going to alternate arms. And so this movement of building the pressure with the movement and the breath, and then quickly letting it go, helps to pump the lymph fluid. All right, I think I already did that arm. All right, so we're just going to keep pumping along here, and I'm just going to turn on some music. Maybe you can shrink down over to one side. And then inhale, get big. Look around your space, look around your floor. Make sure there's no shoes or anything that you're going to trip on. And then begin to move through your space. Get really big. Now get really small. Whatever way makes sense for you, okay? I'm not there, I'm not watching you. So you're going to dance in your kitchen like no one's watching. And you're really going to explore. Can you fill up your back space with breath? Can you fill it all the way into your fingers and toes? Growing big with the inhale and shrinking with the exhale. Maybe you'd like to come all the way down. Play around with it. And then exhale. Give yourself a really big squeeze. Now inhale into it. And then drop the shoulders and reach the arms away. And this time we're just going to let the arms float down. And now toe tapping. Open and close. Open and close. Tap those. So even if you have shoes on, hopefully you have shoes on that'll let your toes expand. And then we're going to make cactus arms with our arms. And we're just going to do a gentle little twist. So this gentle twist is just like the twist of a washcloth when you're wringing water out of it. But right now we're just moving the fluids through the body, circulating. And then we're going to extend the arms, push. Open your hands, reach through your fingers. Every time you reach through your fingers, you're sending the message to your lymph fluid and your immune system that you're supporting it. Good, now bring those hands down, a little bit side to side. Move through your feet just like you would see a cat move through their feet, like big paws. Big inhale, big exhale. And now go to the back. Push and push. Open up the chest. And just enjoy moving your body and enjoy breathing. It feels so good. All right, you guys. Well, this is a wonderful thing to do anywhere, but especially at home. So I hope you have a wonderful time on your Hope Walk today. And I hope to see you in one of my classes sometime. By the way, my name is Melinda Tuchel. I always forget to say that. So have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful walk. Take care.
My name is Jim Green, and I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. My Oncotype DX genomic prostate score was 10. We now know a lot more about the disease. We know more how to treat it. And because of the genomic testing, we know a lot more about what type of cancer it is. I know a lot of men, when they hear the word cancer, the first thought is, let's get rid of this. Take it out. I don't want it to spread. I don't want to take a chance. My score impacted my cancer treatment decision by giving me enough information that I could make good decisions about my treatment plan. Everybody's journey is going to be a little different with different diagnosis, but at least now we can make early decisions on treatment plans that work for us and are specific to us. The genomic testing makes it a lot easier to deal with. It's your prostate, your decision.
When patients are diagnosed with cancer, they're very scared. It's a surreal moment in their lives, and it's a life-threatening moment. And in my experience and in the literature, we see that patients who have the most support, be it with emotional needs, exercise, health promotion needs, and other issues, tend to do better.
We are expanding Stanford's oncology service line services throughout the entire Bay Area and beyond. We want to bring in the best quality of patient care that we can to any area that we move into. And an essential part of that is taking care of all of the needs of the patients, not just the medical needs, but supporting them on every level. And that means spiritual, physical, financial, psychological, psychiatric. All these different levels are extremely important for us to provide the best care to the patient.
Working with Stanford Healthcare has been an amazing experience for me so far. I feel honored to be part of such a high quality, ethical, world-class organization. that really stands by its mission of healing humanity through science and compassion, one patient at a time. And this includes meeting different needs. And organizations like the CSC help to focus on these particular needs that patients have.
The CSC, in our opinion, is a profoundly important organization that provides the glove that helps support the patient as we try and bring in the newest technologies and the newest care to cure the patient. And so we are proud as Stanford to be participating in the Hope Walk, and we look forward to many years of good interactions with the CSC.
The Hope Walk is part of this greater mission, and it's an event where people can get out and have fun, and especially now during the pandemic when everybody has been cooped up, and I know things are still virtual, but programs like this help give all of us, whether we're cancer patients or providers or members of the community, a light of, energy, a positive hope for something in the future, for us to be able to get together and support good causes in the future and to get out there and be with other people.